Hey guys, I'm just reminded of a video that I wanted to touch on. Pardon the mess here, I'm still working on the backsplash. Hopefully I have that done in a couple days. I'll share some pictures with that. But anyway, the video I'm going to do here is about white-coated tongue. So most of you guys probably know what that is just by obviously the description of it. So when you look at somebody and they have a white-coated tongue, and unfortunately I've never really had that, especially when you fast, you'll see where people their tongues will start to become quite white, and there's one main reason for that, almost 95% of the time, is yeast. Now a doctor, I just started watching today because I'm doing a dry fast, so I'm reminded of it because I had to make Asia her food, and of course I'm starting Macy's food in the beauty of marriage, so whether I'm fasting or not, dry fasting or water fasting, no food and drink, I promise to make her a meal, a healthy meal every day of my life, and I'll do that as long as I can. But that reminds me, when you do fast, that, or even if you don't fast, for those that just happen to notice a white-coated tongue, you always see it with people that drink a lot of alcohol. And that's because that's yeast. I mean, that creates a problem in the whole body, but it shows itself through the tongue, among other things. That can be caused from, obviously, poor diet, overweight, antibiotic overuse, birth control use, steroids, things like that. And it's something that should be dealt with. There are a lot of different ways that you can deal with that. Dr. Eric Berg has got some things written on that. But again, the reason I'm touching on this now is because I just watched a video of a great doctor and her husband, actually both MDs in Philippines. And her name is Dr. Josephine Tan. And great. I love them. And they talked about the white-coated tongue. And she wasn't aware, by the sounds of it, she wasn't aware that that's a candida problem. And unfortunately, they talk about just low carb and stuff like that without touching on candida, which is a huge issue that most people just aren't aware of. It's people are being more enlightened about it. But anyway, when you see that you have white-coated tongue where you have that matter on the side of your mouth, which is sometimes hard to watch when you're talking to somebody directly, one thing you can say if it's a loved one, that they need to seriously consider doing an antifungal diet like the Kaufman diet. And for those of you that have white-coated tongue all the time, you need to get on that, because truth of the matter is, you do your own research and stuff, but to me, when I see that, I see future cancer, I see future diabetes, things like that, because systemic yeast and cancer go hand in hand. So does it with diabetes and the like. So when you got coated tongue, start working on it from the inside out in dealing with that. When you fast and you see coated tongue, that's just your sign that you've got to do something about it. Candida is something that's very natural, but too many people, for those reasons I gave before, are far more overloaded with Candida than they need be. And again, antibiotics are still being fed like candy from doctors, and that's a problem. And again, birth control pills, which manipulate the gut flora and manipulate the hormones and stuff like that, and steroids and whatnot, is something to look out for. And of course, alcohol and high sugar diets and whatnot. Those kind of things. Sugar obviously feeds it like few things can. So get on that, deal with your white-coated tongue, deal with the cause, and be better. Okay, thanks guys, see ya.